Give me 5 minutes and I'll show you how to play cleaner than 90% of guitarists. The difference is just a simple shift. Most guitarists practice for years but still sound messy. It's not because they lack talent, it's because nobody taught them how to practice cleanly. Today I'll give you the 5-minute fix that cleans up your playing very quickly. So one of the biggest problems is a lot of guitarists is they practice too fast. They basically train mistakes into their fingers and they never slow down enough to build muscle memory correctly. It's kind of like shooting a basketball with bad form. Do it 100 times and you're teaching yourself how to miss perfectly. Now when it comes to playing cleanly, there's basically 3 things that you gotta make sure you do. So the first one is simply go slower, okay? A lot of you guys, you try to go way too fast and you're just learning something new. And of course, if you just go super fast, you haven't done it before, you're gonna fall flat on your face and it's not gonna work, right? You're gonna play sloppy. And if we're trying to play cleanly, we need to make sure that we are constantly playing cleanly, right? And the only way to do that is by going slower at first, right? And then you wanna pick it up. So like I already said, if you keep doing the same thing, right, sloppy, if you go fast right off the bat, right, obviously it's gonna be sloppy. So if you keep reinforcing that, it's gonna get worse and worse and worse and worse, and you're gonna play very sloppy, right? So we just do the opposite of that. We go slower, we slow down in the beginning, make sure that we're playing cleanly, and then as we learn more of our song, we can add some speed into that. Now, number 2 is actually where you place your fingers when you play. So if you notice the bad example, I was putting my fingers a lot, like all the way up here, right? You see, and that creates a lot of buzzing, that creates a lot of sloppiness, and that's what we don't want, okay? We wanna make sure that we actually go, when we're playing, for example, I'm here playing on C note, right? I'm making sure that I'm going all the way over here, right, closer to this metal thing right here, instead of going up, right? And it's just way easier to play the note, and you'll notice instantaneously, you'll notice the difference from here to here, from up and down, right? Just how easier it is to actually play cleaner, how much less force you have to actually put in there to make the clean sound, okay? So simply by getting used to, when you play, just getting closer to this metal thing. I'm on C, right? Instead of going up here, I go down here, C, right? That's how I can play cleaner, right? So when I play, right, it's gonna be cleaner. So that is one very, very important thing to do, and one very important thing to get used to. And as you do this, right, it's kind of like a habit, right? You get more and more used to playing more down, closer to my metal thing, right? To my fret. And as I get used to it, I'm gonna play cleaner and cleaner and cleaner the more and more I do it, okay? So that is number 2. So number 3 is actually using weight to play cleaner, okay? Using your own body, your own arm weight, all right, and your body to play cleaner. This one was, I actually learned this one way later on my guitar journey, like super late. It really changed how cleanly I played, and just how easier it became to actually fret down notes, So a lot of the times, what we usually do is we just use our thumb, right? We try to press down the neck, to put force, right, into the note that we're trying to play. We really try to squeeze down, right? But how we actually do it, how you should actually do it instead, and this is gonna make everything easier, because instead of just relying on your thumb, right, you now rely more on your actual arms and body, okay? So, which is gonna produce more force. That's why it's way better. So for example, if I go like this, right? If I let my guitar go and I press down right here with my arm, like this, you'll see how I can create, force for my guitar to go this way, right? So we want to do the same thing when we're playing. So if I go and I play, right? And let's say I let go of my thumb. I'm not even using my thumb. All right, I'm not even gonna use my thumb, and I'm just going to use this, okay? And I'm gonna go against my arm with my fingers, with fretting down with my fingers. So the first step, right? We use force to send my guitar flying that way, right? And then we fret down with our fingers, right? Right here, like this, without our thumb, no squeezing, okay? And we do it at the same time. So you're kind of like pushing from both sides. You're pushing from this side and this side, right? And that's what creates force, you know? So we press down right here, and we press down, right, with our shoulder, with our arm, right? Not really with our shoulder, because that would be like weird, right? We go down like this, okay? Then we do it, boom. Okay? So now when we play, we don't use our thumb. Boom. You see how easier that is? And we're just using our weight right here. Now, if you actually play like this, it will probably be easier for you because it's actually easier to produce force this way. What I like to do, I don't really like to play like that. I like to play, you know, this way. So, what I do sometimes is I do end up using my thumb a little bit to, yes, I pressure a little bit, right? I squeeze a little bit, but now everything's so much easier because I'm using my whole body to help me fret down my notes, right? Especially, you know, when it comes to bar chords, right? Now, obviously, your guitar action, you know, it's just how low or high your strings are, definitely play a role. So if your strings are obviously, you know, too high, it's going to be harder to fret down the notes. It's going to be harder to actually, you know, play cleaner. So you can actually get that set up, you know, from someone in a shop, or you could do it by yourself if you can. But that could really help as well, okay? But yeah, there you go. That's how you do it, okay? You get used to these 3 habits and you'll get better and better every time, right? And one of the biggest things that I recommend when it comes to learning how to use your weight when you play, when you press down notes, is actually start trying to not use your thumb, okay? Try to not even use your thumb and just play. Okay? That's really gonna help reinforce the fact that, hey, I gotta use weight to help me press down these notes, okay? So there you go. That's it. 5 minutes. I think that was 5 minutes. Those were 3 habits, okay, that you can start doing right now so you can play cleaner than most guitarists out there. If this helped, subscribe. I'll keep giving you quick fixes that make your guitar playing fluent without wasting years on the wrong stuff. And remember that now is the time to become fluent in guitar. See you in the next one, and God bless.